Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Daniel. I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we're going to be listening to Hugh Jackman perform Oh What a Beautiful Mornin' from the musical Oklahoma. So, I've only ever performed in one musical in my life, and that was Sweeney Todd, which out of all of the musicals is a pretty difficult musical to get right. Sondheim was brilliant in composing that musical, but my voice doesn't necessarily fall in line with musical theater technique very well, so I let people who are more geared towards that particular style of singing pursue those roles. But I had a great time performing that musical, but I really dig this musical as well. It just provides a really charming and uplifting feeling for me, very similar to other musicals as well. And who knows, maybe I might cover more musicals on the channel. And again, musicals aren't my bread and butter in terms of understanding the whole scene, but I will absolutely do my best in analyzing and assessing the kind of music that's being performed and how they're performing it, and looking at all of the nuances, and hopefully I can even learn a few things while watching them. So I'm really excited to jump into this. I think Hugh Jackman is not only an amazing actor, but actually a pretty decent vocalist, at least from what I've heard. So I'm really excited to jump into this because, again, I really love this musical and I'm excited to hear his take on the character. So I hope you guys are excited as well. So without any further delay, let's jump into it.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Love this man.
All the cattle are standing like statues. Hey! All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. And tell her.
Nah, scared me to death.
Oh.
What you doing round here?
Well, I come a-singing to you. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree.
Oh.
And an old weeping
Chills.
willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Oh, chills.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
Chills, man. Oh my gosh. Hugh Jackman has such a wonderful voice, and he's so charismatic and handsome and charming that how can you not love this kind of performance? Ironically enough, when I was first studying voice. Outside of many of my classical pieces, this was the first musical piece that I ever received to work on. And I had such a great time learning it because many of my phrases had to be thought of in a different context in comparison to operatic or classical music, where instead of just focusing on the vowels themselves and clipping on consonants, in musicals you can actually ride consonants a little bit more and use them as transitions between words. And an example of that would be, he was using the word a willow tree, but instead of willow, he uses willer, not only to reflect the accent, but as a way to springboard that R into the rest of the cadence. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. And it's just so much fun, and it's so bright. And especially in his acting, you could just feel this level of positive energy just emitting off of him, and his bright open body positions and some of his vocal accents that he did to cut off certain words and just add a little bit more charm and levity to the piece itself. He did such a great job with this piece, and I loved listening to him. Let's jump into the analysis so I can pick it apart a little bit more. Beautiful lighting and set design.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow.
Immediately, instead of meadow, just creating a bright ah sound instead of oh. And yes, it feeds into the character accent, but having a very bright vowel like that contributes to the atmosphere of the piece, which is very bright, very sunny. Oh, what a beautiful morning. You know, it's really small choices like this that contribute not just to the character, but to the atmosphere of the piece, and I love that so much.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye. And it looks...
His actions are very sharp and very energetic, and he is very energetic. I love this energy coming off of him. And on top of it, his vibrato is so consistent. As an elephant's eye. And it looks like you just feel this radiant, incandescent energy emitting off of him. I love it so much.
Like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Going my way.
Just that big body position. Love it.
All the cattle are standing like statues. Hey!
Statues is a pretty tough word to sing because you got the ch, the tu making that ch sound, and you, where that diphthong is really uncomfortable to sing, especially when you're trying to maintain a kind of bright atmosphere. All the cattle are standing like statues is how I would perform it. Just instead of leaning into that ch, you use the T a little bit more and U it. Creating more of a pure oo sound, but every single artist, especially people who are well-versed in musical theater, are going to have different approaches to it. So my opinion is not the end-all be-all by any means. But I just remember when I was performing it, it was statues! And it just felt a little bit more consistent with my particular voice type and creating that brightness, because you is very difficult to keep bright. It's easy to make it darker in the idea of you, but keeping it you, keeping your zygomatic arches really tall and bright. One of my voice teachers used to call them the ziggies. but just keeping them elevated and keeping those vowels bright. Not overly bright, but also not dark because of the atmosphere. So really great stuff that he's doing here.
All the cattle are standing like statues. Hey! All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye.
Leaning into that R. Is winking her. Holding on to that R a little bit. Yeah, love that. His phrasing, and especially creating a strong K on Maverick. Maverick! Yeah, let's listen to that again.
Ride by, but a little brown maverick is winking her eye.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Notice how relaxed he is in these cadences. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Where you just feel this ebb and flow, and there's some slides in there that aren't necessarily histrionic or over-dramatized, but he's using them as very gentle accents to create a certain flow in his cadential structure. It feels so easy to consume this kind of music. You can just relax into the vibe, into the groove, and it's just so happy, especially with the brightness that he's adding on to his energy and to his vowels, and it's just, he's doing such an exceptional job with this piece. I love it so much.
And oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. And Taylor.
Ah, scared me to death.
Oh.
What you doing round here?
Well, I come a-singing to you. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me.
This is my favorite verse in the entire song. Just because, one, I agree with the statement, all the sounds of the earth are like music. Because if you just listen with an open heart and an open mind, you can feel the beauty of ambient winds or rivers flowing. And there's something so melodic and fulfilling about just resting in those sounds. It's really beautiful stuff. But also, moving beyond the actual lyrics themselves, his character. And an old weeping willow is just his cutoff and the way that he's incorporating his own character into it. When I performed the piece, it was much more consistent throughout all of the verses, where I just kept it as, and an old weeping willow is laughing at me. And that kind of, maybe a slight retard, but overall, that kind of cadential structure is very consistent throughout each verse. And his dynamic changes, starting it soft, allowing it to grow through the entirety of the verse. And he's just doing the song so much justice. There's so much contrast within his cadences and within each musical phrase. And there's so much care provided to every single line. And I just love it so much. He's doing such a great job building this tone.
Is laughing. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, in that ending sequence there, he was really, really light in his voice, but he was still vocalizing. It wasn't necessarily a whisper tone, because then the audience wouldn't be able to hear it, and it would be not great for his voice. But also, keeping it well supported, just a little bit more breathy, and you just feel, oh, water. You just feel a little bit more of that quiet volume or quiet dynamic, softer dynamic, and he just rides it until the very ending day, where he vocalizes it a little bit more but still keeps that same dynamic and just rides this very consistent vibrato until the note finishes. Like, let's listen to that one more time. Yeah. And notice how he's really taking his time on this, just taking in the beautiful day in and of itself, which is a really nice touch there. But also just that growth in day and then letting it fall. I just noticed that too, and it's such a nice accent. He does. I want to listen to it just one more time. I'm sorry. Such a wonderful performance, and he's really an exceptional actor and vocalist to boot. He's just got so much charisma and energy, and he just set the tone in that piece with so much strength. And Hugh Jackman, wonderful vocalist. I really, really enjoyed that performance. It gave me exactly everything that I needed from that kind of piece and that atmosphere. And yes, chef's kiss, really great stuff. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If y'all liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments below. I do read all of the comments, even if I may not heart a reply to all of them, so please just know that your comments do not go unnoticed. My live streams are currently Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so if you guys would like to stop by and say hey or ask any questions about myself or the channel, I'd be more than happy to be there for you guys. I am currently developing my Patreon. I figured out a completely new way in order to actually get content uploaded without it being blocked, so hopefully I'll have that up and running within the next month. I want to take this time to appreciate all of you for being here watching these videos. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.